Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos and tutorials. Today we will try to learn how and when you can use Scratch block, which is called change effect by some amount. You can type this amount as high or as low as you want, so you don't have to use this number 10. You can go with 5, 8, 3, 1, -1 and so on, so you can make your effect go up or down, and that's what we are going to do in Scratch. So in a previous video we have explained how to set some kind of effect by clicking this and dragging set pitch effect, and that effect makes your music or sound higher or lower and faster or slower. So for example, if we have used that to play this sound dance around faster or slower, and for example today this change pitch effect we will use it to make finer controls on this and interactive controls, so you can change pitch interactively in your game while you are playing. And we will use the same example as when I have made the video with change volume, so you can see this change volume by, and we now have change pitch, so it's very similar. What's the difference here? And I'm going to use the same example just to make it clear that way, but also to make it short, and you can then play with it endlessly. So sorry. Okay, so we have learned how we can change the volume by -10 or +10 or as many steps as we want to use by adding this change volume to to this up and down arrow to control our soundtrack, the music which starts when I play my game. So I can make my volume 0 or 100% in steps of 10, or maybe I could go, instead of 10 I could type here 1 or 2 to make it more finer steps, slower. Okay, so same goes with here. The difference here is that all we are doing here is changing the pitch, but you can see how the whole idea of those blocks is very similar. The whole feature is almost the same. The whole idea is same. The only thing which differs here is that I change the volume here and I change the pitch effect here, but the block is working on same principles. So I will hide those just to try to confuse you a little bit less, and now hide this now. Okay, set. I can move them a little bit left or right. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I will first say it in words and then translate it in code. I want to start my sound dance around when I click on this banana, which is the first one, and the first from the left. So when the sprite is clicked, play that sound. Okay, and we can maybe leave this set volume to have that on 100% volume. Okay, that means make it as loud as possible. That's all cool. Play that sound and let me try if that works. First I will stop my soundtrack with pressing the green button, because we have coded that before. When the sprite is clicked, set volumes. Okay, but now when I click on my banana here, I want to play the sound dance around, and that works. So you can see how that's all learned before in my previous video until done. Okay, let me see how long it will go. And cool, it goes one cycle. That's all cool. but I want to add something more. I want to add some kind of controls with my keyboard presses. When some keyboard is pressed, for example, I will use the same just to show you how you can get mess really fast. So when my up arrow is pressed, I want this block change pitch effect to go 10. So find it, change pitch effect, and go. All of those blocks on the left, they are on the right, sorry, they are disconnected, and I'm not deleting them because just maybe I will need them later, but don't bother with looking at them in terms of they are just for my backup. Okay, so concentrated on these two. Okay, when the sprite is clicked, set the volume to 100%, play the sound, dance around, that's all cool. And I need two controls, one to make my music go faster, and that will go when I press the up arrow, and one to go slower. So these two controls, up and down arrow, now connected to Banana's first sprite on the left, will make my dance around sound go faster or slower, and that's what we have coded here. But I made another problem. I think I made it, and I made it on purpose just to show you how you can do that also sometimes by accident, and I do that also from time to time when I code. That's all normal. So the problem here is that I have used up and down arrows here, and I have used them here also with my button green sound, which says when the up arrow is pressed, turn my volume by 10 or change by -10. So let me try this now with starting my game. Maybe I will get some kind of conflict. If I stop it here and now go, yeah. What I want to say here, I have used the same controls, up and down arrows, on two different sprites, on this banana and on this green arrow. Sorry, green arrow, green button. So that's sometimes you will have something like that in your games. You can avoid it just using some other controls if you have some keyboards available which you haven't used before, and you can also stop it with code. I will just use some other keyboard buttons here just to make it faster, but let me first try this just to show you. Okay, this is my soundtrack which is played here on this green button. I will stop it by pressing the button, the sprite click. Okay, now I want to start my dance around. When the sprite is clicked, banana, start that music, and then I will use my up and down arrow to make it faster or slower. And you can see it works. But I can also, but you can see also I'm changing my button soundtrack volume. So to avoid that, I will just use, instead of up and down, I will use maybe Q and A, why not? Or something like that. V, W and S maybe. W for go up and S for go down. So now I will stop my soundtrack, that's all cool, and now I will play with my dance around sound, which starts when I click on banana, left banana, and then press W and S to make it faster and slower. Faster, slower, maybe music machine, some kind of mixer, like yeah, but I would probably use this, for example, to code some kind of game again, where I would put some kind of condition like this: if my player, I don't know, some variable, score, for example, or something like that. So I have a variable. If that variable is greater than 50, so for example, that could be my score or my timer if my timer is less. So if my time is less than 50 seconds, then change pitch effect or something like that. So it becomes my soundtrack becomes faster. So for example, when my time is almost up in the game, or my health is low, you would hear something like that, like the music trying to push you to go faster and run faster or finish the game faster. And it is used, I think, in some kind of games. Again, maybe too long, but the whole idea here is to, yeah, 11 minutes, not so bad. Yeah, you have the controls to change the pitch, or here to change the volume. It works by same concept. The only difference here is that I changed the sound effects, and here I changed the volume. So use it if you need it, when you need it. It's simple as that, but it's also very fun to play with the sounds in that way, or make new sounds by changing this pitch effect higher or lower. You can make some original sounds for your game, and so on. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.